Welcome you all for the concrete technology session. So in fifth module we were studying about the self-compacting concrete. So in that self-compacting concrete we studied what is the definition of self-compacting concrete, and also we studied what are the materials which are included in the self-compacting test concrete. And now we were studying about the what are the tests which are included for to test the workability of the self-compacting concrete. So in that we studied the slump flow test. So after the slump flow test we have one more test that is called as a J-ring test. So you can see the apparatus which are used for this J-ring test. Okay, so this J-ring test denotes the passing ability of a concrete. The passing ability is checked with the help of this J-ring test. The equipment consisting of a rectangular section of 30 mm into 20 mm open steel ring drilled vertically with holes to accept the threaded sections of reinforcing bars of 10 mm diameter and 100 mm length. The bars and the sections can be placed at a different distance apart to stimulate the congestion reinforcement at the site. Generally, these sections are placed 3x maximum size of a aggregate. The diameter of the ring formed by vertical section is 300 mm and the height is 100 mm. So the equipment which are used is slump cone without foot pieces, base plate at least 700 mm square, trowel, scoop, tape, J-ring rectangular section of 30 mm into 25 mm planted vertically to form a ring about 300 mm diameter, generally at a spacing of 40 mm plus or minus 2 mm. Diameter about 300 mm. So this is what the plate is there, and the J-ring it is showing in the picture. You can see in the picture. So what is the procedure for this? About 6 liters of a concrete is needed for the test. Moisten the inside of the slump cone and the base plate. Place the J-ring centrally on the base plate and the slump cone centrally inside the J-ring. Fill the slump cone with a scoop. Do not tamp. Simply strike off the concrete level with a trowel. Remove all surplus concrete. Raise the cone vertically and allow the concrete to flow out through the ring. Okay, so first place the plate, that is what this is. Place the this horizontal plate, and above that place the ring, and inside that ring place the cone, and in that cone you need to add the concrete. Do not tamp this cone. Simply strike off the concrete level with a trowel. Remove all the surplus concrete from the surface. Raise the cone vertically and allow the concrete to flow out through the J-ring. Measure the final diameter into perpendicular directions. Calculate the average diameter. So when you just lift the cone, the concrete starts flowing inside this J-ring. So how much distance it will travel? So measure the diameter of that cement. Calculate the average diameter. Measure the difference in height between concrete just inside J-ring bars and just outside the J-ring bars. Height of the concrete is also measured for only some rows, other some columns. Calculate the average difference in height at 4 locations in mm. So inside and outside, what is the difference that you need to calculate? Note any border or a mortar or cement paste without coarse aggregate at the edge of the concrete. The acceptable difference in height between inside and outside should be between 0 to 10 mm. Then you can say the test is correct and the concrete is workable. So the difference between height of inside the ring and outside the ring of the concrete is about 10 mm. V-funnel test and V-funnel test at T5 mm. The V-funnel is the third test for this self-compacting concrete. The test was developed in Japan. The equipment consists of a V-shaped funnel shown in a figure. The funnel test is used to determine the flowing ability of the concrete with a maximum size of 20 mm size. The funnel is filled with a 12 liter of concrete. Find the time taken to flow down. After this, funnel can be filled with the concrete and left for the 5 minutes to settle. If the concrete shows the segregation, then the flow time will increase significantly. So they have shown a funnel here. Okay, this is the equipment structure. Okay, so what are the equipment used is the V funnel, bucket 12 liters, trowel, scoop, and the stopwatch. Okay, what you should do is, first you should lubricate this V funnel, means you should put the oil for this V funnel. About 12 liters of concrete is needed for the test. Set the V funnel on a firm ground. Moisten inside the funnel. Keep the trap door open to remove the surplus water. Close the trap door and place the bucket underneath. Fill the apparatus completely with the concrete. Close the door and fill the concrete. No compaction or tamping is done. Strike up the concrete level. Open within the 10 seconds the trap door and record the time taken for the concrete to flow down. Record the time for emptying also. This can be judged when the light is seen when viewed from the top. The whole test is to be performed within 5 minutes. So do not procedure for flow time at T5 mm. Do not clean or moisten the inside surface of the funnel. Close the tap door and refill the V funnel immediately after measuring the flow time. Place the bucket underneath. Fill the apparatus completely with the concrete without tamping or tapping. Strike off the concrete level with the top by trowel. Open the trap door after 5 minutes. After the second fill of the funnel and allow the concrete to flow. Calculate the time taken for complete discharge. It is called as a flow time T5. For V funnel test, the flow times should be between 8 to 12 seconds, and for V flow time T5 is plus 3 seconds is allowed or considered.